Hey everyone, you're listening to Nerd Boys Comic Blog. I'm Marco.
And I'm Andrea.
And today we're doing a Comics Overhaul episode on Astonishing X-Men #1.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm basically going to explain, recap, and review Astonishing X-Men #1 with Andrea. I'm going to explain it to her.
Because I have no idea what this is besides being X-Men.
Yeah, and she's going to ask your usual questions.
Are they usual though?
Well, your typical questions from like a non-superhero comic book reader, I guess.
I read comic books.
Yeah, but you don't read as many on the monthly basis.
Oh, that's true.
You're mostly about like Jughead and Archie.
Hey, I read Teen Titans and Miss Marvel and Secret Warriors.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about Astonishing X-Men #1, which is going to be a 12-issue maxi series written by Charles Soule with art by various artists. Like each issue is going to be a new artist.
What has Soul worked on before?
I couldn't tell you if you asked me, which you just did. I have no idea what he's worked on before. Like, I'm sure I've read a bunch of it, but I've just never paid attention to his work in particular.
But reading this one, would you say he's done a pretty good job?
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's because of his pitch. Marvel's actually doing this book because right now they have X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold. Along with a few other X-Men titles. But this is like the third, I guess, main X-Men title, even though it's only going to last for about 12 issues. And his pitch was good enough for them to be like, okay, we'll also do this book. Which could basically take place in any point in the continuity. It could be before Secret Empire, after Secret Empire. It doesn't really matter because it's a very self-contained, small story. But it's something about that's very X-Men-y and very unique to the mutants, I guess. Because Marvel has really been ignoring X-Men for like a long time, maybe like 5 years. Ever since Avengers vs. X-Men, they've kind of been like, we'll put you in this corner and focus more on the Inhumans. But now it feels like Marvel, like they have a soft spot for X-Men still, even though technically they can't. And all the writers and artists are like, let's bring back the X-Men now, starting with this book. Well, starting with the Resurrection title, but yeah.
Which ones are the Astonishing X-Men? Like, what's the group?
On the group, we have Old Man Logan, Psylocke, Gambit, Rogue, Mystique, Bishop, a character called Phantom X, who I have no real history with at all, and Archangel.
Isn't Mystique bad?
Yeah, actually, technically, about 2 or 3 of these characters are what you would consider bad or like thieving.
They flip-flop?
They flip-flop. Yeah, about 4 of the characters usually flip-flop, though. Rogue has been bad a few times before. Yeah, and Archangel too. So yeah, most of this team has been bad before, but now they're kind of on a new road. And you don't actually have to know too much about their backstories.
The rehab group.
It's the rehab group, yeah. You don't have to know too much about their stories because each character kind of gets this pretty brief introduction.
Do they get like 2 pages of an introduction? Or like, is it like a...
Some of them share a page. Like it's Bishop and Angel, they kind of share a page. But the comic opens up with kind of this comparison between psychics and blind people, saying that like you have 2 important moments in your life. When you find out you can read other people's thoughts, and when you find out that they cannot read your thoughts. A lot like how people who are born blind, they find out they can't see, and they find out everyone else can see besides them.
I can understand that.
And then they're introduced to Psylocke right here. There's an unknown narrator talking about how she's, just about an average psychic, and he attacks her psychically, the narrator. And she sends out all these butterflies to contact different mutants and different X-Men. And who gets the first butterfly? Let's see. Everyone gets the butterflies around the same time, but you're introducing different characters like Bishop, you're introducing Archangel, Gambit, Phantom X, Rogue, Logan, Old Man Logan, by the way, the one who killed everyone in his timeline. And they're not really doing like this big epic history of these characters. They're just like, this is like the Spark Notes version. All you need to know about the character. Phantom X, I had no idea about him at all whatsoever, but they basically were like, he was made, he's a thief, that's all you need to know. Sometimes he speaks French.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but this unknown narrator, it seems like he's been calling to these characters using Psylocke. And Psylocke is now currently attacking London with this giant manifestation of her mutant powers, this giant moth creature, kind of like Mothra, attacking a building. And all the X-Men who have come to save her.
Save her?
Save London / save her. They're kind of doing damage control right now, getting civilians out of the way. Rogue's trying to absorb the power, but if she absorbs the power, then it'll just go into her, and we need someone else to disperse the power. And that's where Bishop comes in. Rogue uses Bishop as like a conductor kind of to disperse all the energy out of her.
Well, did he do this voluntarily?
He did, but the little kiss between Rogue and Bishop is kind of something he didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah.
Did it have to be a kiss?
It had to be some kind of touch. I mean, she's wearing gloves. Well, I don't know.
Well, she just touched Psylocke.
Yeah.
Could have done the same.
And it's funny because wouldn't you think that like Rogue would take away Bishop's power then if she just kissed him?
More power into her?
Yeah.
What kind of power does he have?
Bishop's ability is to absorb energy and to kind of like make bullets out of it sometimes.
Maybe she has more control over her mutant ability now.
Yeah, that could be it.
He absorbs, right?
Yes, he absorbs energy.
Yeah, that doesn't quite make sense then. Shouldn't she be able to do it and then like infuse his power with hers and then just release it on her own? Or does this just make it more of like a kick-ass teamwork?
I think it's more or less to do teamwork. Team building, really. And then you have all the major players kind of meeting up, and you have Archangel who joined the scene, and Warren is kind of, I don't know where he's at this point in his history, but
it looks like he's sulking.
yeah, he's actually having to deal a lot with the Archangel inside of him. It looks like he's back to normal, but he's still got silver wings.
Ooh, this is a different beast than the ones that I've been reading.
Yeah, that's the cat beast, which might be our first tip-off to who it actually is. I'm thinking that's Mystique disguised as Beast.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because right now in X-Men and in Inhumans, Beast looks like an ape, but this is back to the cat beast. And I'm wondering...
Yeah, because Beast is not on the cover.
Yeah, Beast is not on the cover of the comic.
Only Mystique is.
Yeah, and if we fly back to this page right here, everyone's kind of reacquainting themselves with each other, and there's a lot of banter going on. At so much banter at one point, Psylocke is actually like, can we like cut the bullshit? Like, what's going on here? And they have Phantom X and Psylocke actually had a romance going on, and they find out that Phantom X only came because Gambit was called upon, and they kind of have a life debt to each other right now. Until Gambit pays up his debt, Phantom X is now his quote-unquote best friend.
So after helping Psylocke, then they just became like this group of friends?
No, they're like an impromptu team who have to deal with the situation of someone is attacking psychics and we need to stop them. And that someone is actually the Shadow King. If you're a fan of Legion, then you know the Shadow King is a very powerful psychic who likes to possess the bodies and minds of psychics and use them to his own whims.
But among them, there's only one psychic.
Yeah, there's only Psylocke. She was the one who was being possessed.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just wondering, like, how much can they accomplish if there's only one psychic among them?
Well, a lot, because the plan is to go to the astral plane. If they'll go to the astral plane using Psylocke as, like, this conductor, kind of, or this conduit.
Medium?
Yeah, they can all battle the Shadow King in the astral plane. Because he might be targeting young Jean Grey, he might be targeting Quentin Quire, any number of psychics out there in the world who are much more powerful than Psylocke.
Legion.
Yeah, anyone who could possibly be a host for the Phoenix, that would be a disastrous moment if the Shadow King took control of them. And then we also get this moment between Bishop and Old Man Logan where he's like, you're the Wolverine from your timeline that killed all your X-Men, right? It's like, yeah. Are you gonna kill all these X-Men? Nah, I don't want to. And Bishop, his whole deal is he's been trying to stop the apocalypse from happening. He's been trying to stop different terrible timelines from occurring before they even start. So that's kind of it was a funny little, it's a nice little exchange between the two characters. And one we haven't even seen yet because I don't think Bishop and Old Man Logan have ever met. I don't think a lot of people have actually met Old Man Logan so far.
Except maybe Rogue?
Yeah, they're on the same team together, I think, right now in Gold.
Yeah, they seem the closest characters.
Yeah. And one of the strong suits about this book, besides the art, I really like the art, is the dialogue.
I like how it goes from like these dark colors to like matching with vibrant colors, thanks to Psylocke.
Yeah, Psylocke's bright purple energy and everyone else is kind of like...
Like normally I'd be like, I feel like it doesn't go very well, but it matches pretty well, like mixing all these colors together. All these dark, serious, grimy characters with light purple all over.
Yeah.
Because they do look very serious and like grimy, like they've been through shit.
Yeah, especially Old Man Logan. I like how he has all these wrinkles and his little duster jacket that he's got going on. It's an impractical costume because, like, why are you always wearing a duster? But Anyway, and the dialogue. I really like how everyone has a very specific voice in the comic. When it comes to Gambit or Rogue, Old Man Logan, they all sound like the character that they're supposed to be. And they all act like the character. That's probably the most important thing to do in an ensemble. Because most times if you have an Avengers book or you have like an X-Men book and you have a team up between all these characters, they all have interchangeable dialogue or they all have like really weird out of character moments. Like Spider-Man, he makes a lot of jokes. And a lot of people, I don't think they know how to write Spider-Man. So if he's in a team up, they'll give him like interchangeable dialogue you could have given to like any character. But here it's like, nah, each character has like their own specific voice. They're characterized very well and they act like they should, at least as far as I know. It's been a while since I've read like a good X-Men book.
And you would say this is?
Yeah, I'd say it's a good X-Men book and everyone acts like how they should.
So nothing out of character, all in character?
Yeah, everything seems about right. Oh, and Psylocke, going back to the story, she's kind of helping everyone into the astral plane. And she's going to go into the astral plane with Old Man Logan, Gambit, Phantom X, Beast, maybe Mystique, disguised as Beast, Rogue, and then Bishop and Archangel are going to act as kind of our defense in the real world. So they're going to watch over their bodies, make sure they don't get killed in the real world.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then we go into the astral plane and see that Farouk is actually talking to
somebody chained up
who is another powerful psychic. We don't know if this is the real him or some kind of like manifestation of him, but it's Charles Xavier locked up in the astral plane. And he's been dead since Avengers vs. X-Men.
So do you think his body remains in the astral plane?
No, we've seen his body in the real world, which is going to be a little bit confusing.
I thought he was dead though.
He is dead. His body was recovered by the Red Skull, and the Red Skull used Charles Xavier's brain to get psychic powers. And it's a very convoluted way of, like, Charles Xavier's brain is in the Red Skull's brain.
So would you say that would create the manifestation of him in astral plane? As long as his mind is active, he can create a different personality.
Maybe. And it might be a little bit corrupted because of Red Skull. I know the Red Skull's dead again.
Wouldn't it be just like the same as Dr. Ock and Spider-Man?
Yeah, Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How like a little fraction of him is still alive. Yeah. I mean, Marvel Comics has always had weird brain experiments, especially recently. And I think, this might be the real Professor Xavier. It might be a duplicate or a copy of his brain. Or it might just be like
a manifestation of, what's his name again? Farouk?
Yeah, like he's just trying to make another copy. Or it could be a personality of Legion who is just his dad. Maybe. We don't know. It's still issue 1. Yeah. But from the story, art, and everything else, what'd you feel? How'd you feel about the book?
It looks good. Looks interesting.
Yeah, I definitely recommend if you're an X-Men reader. Like, if you have not read a single X-Men book in maybe 5 or 10 years, you might want to check this one out. It's actually not that bad. Like, I know a lot of Marvel stuff right now is pretty, like, shoddy. Even Spider-Man, like, Marvel's big seller, it's not really that hot right now. But X-Men, Astonishing X-Men #1, it's a solid book.
What would you rate it?
On, like, a scale of 1 to 10?
Yep.
7.5 or 8.
I thought you were going to do it higher.
No, I don't like giving perfect scores to, like, everything.
I don't think you ever believe in perfect scores.
Nothing's ever perfect. It's just really damn good. But I'm definitely going to check it out next month. Well, this month, technically, when the next issue comes out. So I think that's it for this episode of Comics Overhaul. Wouldn't you say so?
I think so.
Alright, this has been Comics Overhaul on Nerd Boy's Comic Blog. I'm Marco.
And I'm Andrea.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.